All right, everybody, welcome back to Mohawk Motors. It's another Monday, hopefully going to be the start of another good week of progress here on the Dream Shop. And I'm down here. I've got a little bit of time before dinner, so I'm going to try to get some things done. First thing I need to do is get all these vehicles moved out of the way. I have my first gravel delivery coming tomorrow. Got a tri-axle load of gravel coming. We're going to see if that's enough to do my parking area over here that I've been working on. So I think for the time being, I'm just going to put all these trucks over here in the field out of the way. Hopefully they'll only be there for a day or two, and I can get the campers moved, or the camper and the enclosed trailer moved over to where they need to be, and continue on from there. So let's get all these things moved out of here. All right, everybody, we've got room for the gravel. I'm just going to get them to dump it right here in the middle of the driveway. And then that way I can go and get it spread out pretty evenly. I don't have to worry about the friggin' tri-axle dump truck putting ruts in the ground over there that I have to fill before I can get my gravel spread out. So, on to wall paneling. I want to try to get these two top sections put up. And then I think after that, then I'll move on to the next panel there. And just see how far I can get before it's either dinner time or bedtime or time for whatever next thing it is that I need to do. All right, everybody. Well, it's time to go in for dinner, but I got those other two pieces up. I was able to use some of the plywood that I took down when I was taking the stables apart. So freebies on those two sheets of plywood. And I'm really happy with it. I'm by no means a professional carpenter, but so far I've gotten all my gaps and edges to line up, so I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat dinner and I'll probably come back out afterward. I'll see you then. All right, back from dinner and realized I gotta move my electrical before I go any further. Gotta get these outlets out, moved up a bit, and then reattached at the correct depth, so they'll, so the front faceplate will be flush with the wall. I also bought white, just isn't going to jive out here, so I bought a black switch and a black faceplate yesterday while I was at the store. Same for all these outlets. So I'm gonna get started swapping that stuff around. I'll probably just bring you back when I'm wrapping up for the evening. I'll see you guys soon. Well, I'm at a good stopping point for the evening, folks. I got two more panels up here, insulation in behind them, just like the others over there. So pretty happy with that. It's 10 o'clock now. I'm trying to be better about making sure I get enough sleep at night, so I'm not gonna stay up super late. This is a good stopping point. I'll come back down tomorrow evening, hopefully, and get back after it, see if I can't get a couple more panels up. And then I'm likely gonna run out of material and need to go back to the store. So well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, everybody, it's Tuesday now, and happy turn of events. My mother-in-law came up to spend some time with the kids, which gives me some time to come out and get some stuff done. You can see my gravel got delivered. Unfortunately, my geotextile got wrecked, so I'm gonna get this spread out again, smooth, flat, where I want it, and then I'm gonna start getting all that gravel spread over here. Hopefully I have enough to actually complete it. If not, then I'll have to get another load tomorrow. But I'm just gonna start spreading it out and see how much I have. All right, well, that turned out to be just the right amount of gravel for this portion. I got it put down about 4 inches thick, a little thicker in some places where I had low spots. I got it all smoothed out and compacted down as best I can with the tractor. I will have to get probably another tri-axle load to do underneath back here. But I really wanted to get this done today so I can get the trailers off the grass. And now I can do that. So very happy with this. I like this, what is this called? I think they called this 2A modified gravel. And I like it. It was easy to spread and get smooth, and like I said, it compacts down nicely, so should be a good parking space for the trailers. Now, next plan today is get the rest of my stuff moved out of the way here and then finish getting all this gravel dug out so I'm ready for the concrete guy. Shouldn't take long. I only need to, I mean, in here, I'm just gonna get it close as I can and then that'll be good. Like, this is way less critical than in the workshop because there's not gonna be a lift or anything. It's just a concrete parking pad to keep a truck and other stuff stored on. So I'll update you soon. Well, it's a little after 3 o'clock and boom. Now this portion is ready for concrete also. Well, it's ready for the concrete guys. I've got it down to deep enough to where it needs to be. Pretty flat, not perfectly flat. Again, I'm using a tractor with a string line and a level. So I'm getting stuff as close as I can. But this also is not critical, like inside the shop, there's not gonna be any lift or anything like that. It's literally just gonna be a concrete pad. And the only special thing about it is going to be, I'm gonna mount the air compressor to it over there in the corner. Otherwise, just a nice solid place to park something, to store stuff, things like that, and keep things out of the weather. So that means all my earthwork is done, at least for today. I need to come back out another day and get all of my dirt over on my slopes raked out in a way that I like. But I'm done raking for today. I'm gonna go inside and work on some more wall paneling. All right, team, well, I got 2 more panels up and I got all the electrical hooked back up working. So that's pretty awesome. Excited about that. I do have one more full 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood that I took down from the stable. So I'm probably gonna come back out after dinner and try to get that one put up. And then I may, man, once I do that, I may be out of material. I don't know, I think I have enough insulation that I can get, I think I have enough insulation to get these 2 top panels up. I'm just gonna have to move some stuff around so I can get up there with the ladder. But I'll do that after dinner. I'll bring you guys back then. All right, squad. It's about 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I'm back at it out here. I did come down and get one more sheet put up last night after dinner. So I want to try to get at least this section over here done tonight and get that other panel over here up tonight. The way the posts are laid out, I need to do the end, or I guess the back wall, before I can do the corner wall. Because the posts are laid out in this direction. So I did pick up some more OSB today, more insulation today. So I should have all the supplies I need to get at least 3 or 4 more sections done. And then and I'm rapidly reaching the point that I'm gonna be stuck if I can't get the concrete. The concrete contractor I had out here, he was here not this past Saturday, the Saturday before. So it's been 10 days and I can't get the guy to return a call, send a text message. I've left voicemails. I've called him at least 3 voicemails and at least 6 phone calls, and I can't get the guy to get back to me. So I guess I'm gonna have to move on to the next contractor. Are any of you experiencing this too recently? Like, maybe it's just me, but I feel like I like have to beg people to come do a job to make money. I don't understand it. Like, are people so busy that they don't need work anymore? Or I don't know. Put it in the comments down below. Are you experiencing the same thing? You having to beg contractors and people to come out and do jobs, do what they do to get paid? Or is it just me? It's really frustrating because it's going to hold me up here. So let's get some plywood and insulation up and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, everybody. Well, it's about 10:40 and I reached a good stopping point. I'm going to call it for the night. And I actually went I did a little more, a little further than I should have. now that I think about it, but hopefully what I did to try to make this work did work. So I got my top panel up over there on that section, and then I got 2 panels up on this section. Now, in hindsight, I should have held off on putting up this sheet of OSB until I knew that I had this sheet of plywood for sure, in fact, level with the other sheets of plywood. What I did to try to make this line continue is I just ran a 2x4 parallel with the top line of that piece of plywood straight across, nice and level, and then put this piece of plywood in line with that. I mean, it should get me pretty darn close. I won't know for sure until tomorrow when I put in this panel. And that's the only reason I'm saying, like, I probably should have held off on this one. Just because with this panel in place, then I can put this panel up, make sure everything's nice and level. My line's going to continue and look good. But if I need to change it, I only would have had to move one additional piece. Now I'll have to move both pieces. But at the end of the day, not a huge issue because I'm using screws to put this stuff up. If it turns out that I'm off by, you know, I really shouldn't be off more than 1/8 or 1/4 inch, if at all, then I can just take them down, make my adjustment, and then put it all back together. So hopefully I didn't mess up. Hopefully it looks good tomorrow. I mean, my eyeball level looks pretty good. So we'll find out in the morning, or well, probably tomorrow evening. But that's it for today. I'm tired, I'm dirty, and I made some progress. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, everybody. Well, it's Thursday night, a little after 7 o'clock. I'm coming out to get started for the evening. And I think tonight I'm going to address something that it's kind of a step backward to go forward. But I've been marinating on it over the last few days and thinking about it. And I can't get myself past it. I have to fix it. I got to make it how I want it to be. Even though in the long run, it's just a minor aesthetic thing, I have to address it because it's bugging me. But if you see right up here along the header stud or beam, those wires, those exposed wires, those are the wires that the electricians ran for my furnace power supply and then the light power supply outside in the covered area. And there's 2 wires up on this side, and on the other side, I think it shows up on camera here, maybe not, but there's a gray wire that runs all the way over to the corner and down. That's the power feed for the air compressor. And then a black that runs also, that's one of the welder outlets that runs all the way across. Guys, like, it didn't bother me when they did it because the building was still in mostly unfinished condition. But now that I see it, I'm getting my nice wall paneling put up. It's going to be all clean wall except for those wires. I just can't leave it. I gotta undo it and get it routed up in the overhead attic space above the ceiling tin. And now's the time to do it before I get any more plywood up. So I'm gonna start on this side. I'm gonna have to take this panel and this panel back off, which again, fortunately I use screws, so not a huge deal to take those back down. But I'm gonna get those down, get those wires pulled all the way back to the edge of the steel, and then get them run above the steel all the way back over. There should be enough length in them that it's not a problem. It's time. It's just time that I gotta spend doing something that isn't really moving the needle forward, but is gonna make me happier in the long run. So that's it. That's probably not gonna be a ton of visual change tonight, except for getting those wires off those header panels. Hopefully I can get it all done this evening. It doesn't take me a couple nights to do it. So probably won't hear from me again until I get all these wires put up where they are out of sight, and I'm happy with it. All right, everybody. Well, it's 10 o'clock again, and I'm calling it for the night, but I did get the garage door side done. No more wires up along there. This one was a secondary switch for the light over the door that I'm gonna relocate, and I may just eliminate it altogether. I don't need it to be on another switch. I only need it to work when I come in and out of that door, so I'll probably just eliminate the second switch on that one. But the other wires for the furnace and for the lights out in the lean-to, they are now above the tin and behind the plywood, so I've got a nice clean header board up there, which makes me feel a lot better. Not a huge progress towards completion night as far as doing new things, but as far as making it so that I will be happy when it's done, a good night, very successful. So tomorrow I'll focus on this side. I should be able to get that side done. I got a good start on it this evening, and once I do that, then it'll be back to plywood, insulation, vapor barrier, and just moving along. I called a couple new concrete contractors today. One was shut down for the season. They're not doing any more concrete work until spring. And two others, I left messages with the concrete division managers. So hopefully I'll hear back from them tomorrow, or the worst case, beginning of next week, because once I get the plywood wrapped around to here, I can do the furnace, flue, I can do a little bit more electrical reworking, but then I'm really gonna need that concrete to be done so I can continue on with my plywood and getting things done. I am gonna have to get the electricians out here one more time to run the circuits for my lifts. I definitely won't order the lifts until the concrete is poured, and I don't want to have the electricians here until I have the lifts here, so they know exactly what kind of electrical service I need to run for them. So I got to get someone out here for this concrete, or I'm going to run out of time, and this place is not going to be usable for me until spring, which would be very disappointing. So cross your fingers I can find somebody willing to come out and do it. I'm hopeful I can at least get someone to do the inside portion here once I get the furnace hooked up, because then I can control the temperature in here. I can keep it warm, and hopefully that'll be enough that the concrete will set up just fine. But again, I won't know until I can get somebody out here. All right, team. It's Friday afternoon. It's a little bit after, well, I think it's right at 4 o'clock. Got a little bit of time before dinner. I did find another concrete contractor today that have really good Google reviews. They're local to me, and they asked the right questions and were responsive when I was on the phone with them. So I have a good feeling about this. They're coming on Monday to give me an estimate, which means I have stuff I need to get done before they get here. I need to finish getting this electrical work done. And then once that electrical work is done, they did tell me on the phone that they can do the inside concrete as long as I can keep it above 50 degrees in here, which means I need to get the furnace hooked up this weekend. So I'm gonna try to quick knock out this electrical this evening. Tomorrow I have to go back to our old house and do a couple things to, it's a long story, I'm not going to go into it right now, but I have to go back to the old house and do a couple things, and that'll give me most of the day Sunday to get the furnace hooked up, meaning get the flue pipe up from it, through the ceiling, out the roof, and everything connected. And I'm gonna have to change the oil in something so I have some waste oil to burn in it. But a lot to do, a little bit of a deadline, but hopefully this is gonna be a good start to me continuing to move things along out here and get that concrete work done. So I'm gonna go out here, get this going. I'll bring you back when I have more information to share. All right, well, I got my little wire tuck done. Workshop wire tuck. That'll be the name of this video. So I got that one done. I'm getting the prep work done for this bay. So I'll get this bottom sheet of plywood on, make sure everything lines up. I'm pretty sure it's gonna all line up, be nice and level and look good. And then I'll sheet up that side, sheet up this side, and then continue down this wall. So good progress. Now it's dinner time. I'll probably come back out for a little bit after dinner. See you guys then. All right, had a nice dinner. Got the kiddos to bed. So, vapor barrier insulation plywood, times 3. And then we'll repair, put our plywood back up here, and then vapor barrier insulation plywood up there. And just keep chugging along. I probably won't get 4 whole panels up tonight, but I'll do the best I can. Get as much up there as I can. A little bit at a time. That's the way to make progress. Here we go. Guys, look at how good this place looks. I got an entire wall completed. All the way down. Oh man. It looks so good. I am pumped. It's a little after 9 o'clock. I'm calling it for the night. I've got a long day tomorrow and I want to go spend some time with Meg. So I'm calling it for tonight, but man, I'm excited. One entire wall complete. Good part of the front wall. And a good start on this wall. So still a lot to do. Hopefully the weather's nice on Sunday and I can get the waste oil furnace all hooked up, set up, and ready to be fired. But good progress. I'm actually I'm getting a bit of a rhythm now, so I'm getting these panels up a little bit faster, which feels good too. But man, I'm excited. I got to decide on a paint color. If you have an idea for a paint color, leave it in the comments below. Just keep in mind, I don't want a super dark color that's gonna kill the light in here, because I want my videos to still be well lit for all of you. But I don't want a super light color either that's gonna look filthy and dirty all the time and dusty. So I gotta try to find something in between. But I am excited. This is awesome. I can't wait to keep going on it and get that furnace hooked up this weekend. That'll be pretty awesome too. All right, everybody. Well, I got to get this video wrapped up for you. It's actually Monday morning that I'm recording this, just to show you the progress for the week, because yesterday, Sunday, I spent all day getting the waste oil furnace hooked up. My brother-in-law Brian came over and gave me a hand with it, which I super appreciate. Thank you again, Brian. And we got it all set up. We've got our flue run up through the ceiling. You can see, we've got fire going. I had a little bit of oil that I was able to dump in down there to get this thing fired up. And she's putting out heat, she's putting out hot air. So I'm really excited about that. I'm actually really pumped. I was concerned that this was gonna be really difficult to get it all installed, get the flue run, everything else. But with Brian's help, I was able to do it, and it turned out really nice. You can see we've got the flue up there on the roof as well, doing what it's supposed to do. So that's it for this one, team. A lot of progress this week. I'm really excited about it, and things are coming along. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see how much we can get done this week. See y'all soon.